Hello and welcome to Vlog News. Israel's weekend attacks on Iran's oil depots prompted concern inside the Trump administration. On the ground, Israel has started a wide-scale wave of strikes against what it says is regime infrastructure in 3 areas of Iran. Turkey said NATO air defenses shot down another Iranian missile as it entered Turkish airspace, and Gulf nations also reported overnight attacks. Oil prices soar. G7 nations are not there yet on releasing oil reserves, according to France's finance minister, with oil surging past $100 per barrel for the first time since 2022. Meanwhile, Bahrain's national oil company declared force majeure as the war continues to threaten energy sites. Iran's new leader, Ali Khamenei's son Mujtaba Khamenei, has been named the next supreme leader. U.S. President Donald Trump previously said Mujtaba would be an unacceptable choice, and Israel vowed to target any successor. School strike. New video appears to confirm a U.S. airstrike targeted a naval base next to an Iranian school. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the U.S. was still investigating, while Trump cast blame on Iran. A top Iranian official warned in an exclusive CNN interview that the government is prepared for a long war with the United States. On the same day, Iranians were directed to pledge their allegiance to the country's new supreme leader, Mujtaba Khamenei. With little sign of an off-ramp, the war's economic fallout has deepened, sending global oil prices spiraling past $100 per barrel for the first time since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. Here's what to know on day 10. When millions of Iranians poured into the streets in 1979 to end the rule of the former Shah, their revolution seemed to have put an end to the practice of passing power from father to son. Not so. Mujtaba Khamenei, the second son of former Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, has been elevated to the position his father held for nearly 4 decades until his death in U.S.-Israeli airstrikes. The 88-member assembly of experts did what many Iranians had hoped it would never do: turn the Islamic Republic into a dynasty. The appointment of the very figure U.S. President Donald Trump had branded unacceptable appeared to be a deliberate act of defiance, a signal that Iran's leadership has no intention of folding to American pressure. Instead, the regime appears to be doubling down on the slain supreme leader's hardline course, betting it can weather future attacks by consolidating power around the Revolutionary Guards with the younger Khamenei at the helm. Before the news had fully spread in a country under near total internet and communications blackout, the image-making had already begun. A woman has been arrested and charged with attempted murder after allegedly firing a gun toward singer Rihanna's home in Los Angeles on Sunday afternoon, police say. The Los Angeles Police Department told CNN that the shooting incident happened at 1:20 p.m. PT on Sunday. Between 5 and 7 shots were fired, hitting the outside gate to the house, but not the house itself, according to the LAPD. There were no injuries, although there were people in the house at the time of the incident, police said. A woman in her 30s was located and taken into custody without further incident, police added. On Monday, a spokesperson for the LAPD said the suspect, Ivana Lysette Ortiz, was charged with attempted murder. She is being held on a $10.2 million bail. CNN has reached out to representatives for Rihanna and her partner AP Rocky. Footage has emerged that appears to show a U.S. missile targeting the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps naval base adjacent to the school, where Iranian state media say scores of children were killed. A new video, posted on Mayor News, a semi-official Iranian news agency, is the first to show missiles striking the area in Minab, southern Iran, on February 28. The footage, which was filmed from a nearby construction site, shows ammunition that experts said is consistent with an American BGM or UGM-109 Tomahawk land attack missile, TLAM, striking a location inside the Irg base. As the camera pans to the right, a huge plume of smoke can be seen from the direction of the Shajar Tayyiba school, where at least 168 children and 14 teachers were killed, according to Iranian state media. This adds to a body of evidence that seemingly contradicts President Donald Trump's claims that Iran was responsible for the attack, and tallies with CNN reporting, expert analysis, and other outlets that found the United States military was likely responsible for the strike on the school. Based on what I've seen, that was done by Iran, Trump told reporters Saturday, characterizing Iranian munitions as very inaccurate. Brisbane, Australia. Amid fears over their safety, 5 members of the Iranian women's soccer squad have sought asylum in Australia and are currently safe with police, a source told CNN Sports. Members of the Iranian team, who've been playing in the Women's Asian Cup in Australia, are at the center of growing calls for their exit from the country to be blocked for fear of persecution in Iran, their home country that's at war with the US and Israel under a new hardline supreme leader. It comes after the team remained silent during the national anthem before their first group stage match last week, a decision that many fear will be punished by the Iranian regime. According to sports journalist Sobczak, at least 7 players left the team hotel, with 5 of those having now applied for asylum with the Australian Federal Police. And now for Look's weather forecast. Now that's all in today's edition of Vlog News.